and I became good friends, and we also worked together on the business and started talking about, hey, we'd really love to put together a competition. For performers just starting out, it's really hard to sort of get a foot in the door and get started in your career and start building out your portfolio and getting the, right types of critique, as well, just sort of spanning beyond your comfort zone of your studio, which there's always a lot of inherent, it's really good, the training that you're getting and so forth, but then it's good to broaden a little bit just to get different perspectives. The more perspectives you have, the better, I think. Yeah. So we wanted to create some sort of organization that would bring some of the most promising performers together and then put them in front of casting agents for really big, circus groups like Cirque du Soleil and Cavalia and Cirque Louise and things like that. Excuse me. So that's how we sort of got the idea to start up the organization, and it's this is actually our 5th year doing it, so it sort of has taken off from there. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of work, but we've had an opportunity to meet some really great people and really watch performers grow in their journey, which for us is the most fulfilling part of it, to see, how we've helped to positively impact their journey into the performing arts and hopefully get them in front of some of the right people and get them a little bit further ahead than maybe they would have been on their own.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, that's absolutely fascinating and amazing. And so how long has that organization been around?
This will be our 5th year.
5th year, okay. Oh, great. Mm-hmm. Oh, great. And do you already have plans to expand it even more and more than you already have? Or is it just kind of take it one step at a time type of a process?
We've talked about it, actually. We do have some ideas for how we would like to expand it. But we sort of, our first year was just a prototype to see, do people even care about this? or is it just, big ideas and it'll go nowhere. So We've been gradually growing it each year, but, we do have some future plans for things that we'd like to do to make it even broader.
Okay. That's awesome. So in everything that you've done, what would you say has been the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received is from a former boss, and he told me, you never get more than you ask for. And that has actually helped me many, many times in many negotiations, whether it's working with vendors, negotiating contracts, or getting into my next position and negotiating more for myself. And I don't mean just monetarily. I mean, in terms of responsibilities and things that you want to accomplish and areas that you want to get in. Sometimes you get lucky and you get somebody in your career who's kind of looking out for you and they help guide you in the right direction or, promote you or something like that. But a lot of the times you don't have that. And, a lot of times you don't always necessarily kind of stand up for yourself. And I think this, certainly as a woman in tech and a woman in business in general, I think sometimes we don't always stand up for ourselves and ask for what we feel we deserve as often as we should. So I think just keeping that in your head that you never get more than you ask for. And, when I do ask for things, I try to make it a win-win situation where there's something in it for me, but there's also something in it for the other person, because I think that's when it works the best. But to kind of push the envelope a little bit and push a little bit beyond your comfort zone, and not just settle for less than you really should.
Okay, wonderful. So, Linda, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I really appreciate it. If the listeners would like to see more about what you're working on and read more about what you're working on, where are the best places they can go to do that?
So if you're interested in crypto, I would go to gem.co, gem.co. And from there you could join our Telegram channel or sign up for our beta if you're interested, and also read a little bit about what we're trying to accomplish. If you're interested in circus, then I would go to circussstarusa.com, and you can learn more about our competition. And you'll also see some links to our studio as well. yeah, and then I guess you can always connect with me on LinkedIn.
Wonderful. Awesome. And I will make sure I put all of those in the show notes.
Awesome.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was fun.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Advance Your Art podcast. If you like this episode, please go into iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button so that every single time I release a new episode, it will go directly to you without even thinking about it. If you're interested in hearing older episodes, please go to advanceyourart.com where you can find the catalog of everything I've done so far, as well as contact information and projects I'm working on. Thank you again, and have a great day.